there is the homestead, and here are the homestead. Where are the homestead chickens? There's the homestead chickens. Are you the homestead chickens? Yeah, and there's their Cluck Cluck Inn where they live, and here is, hi, Mrs. Homestead, Starry Hilder, who is over the age of 50. Yeah, I said it. I'm over the age of 50 and I'm homesteading. Can you do that? Aren't people over 50 like half dead and ready to like retire and call it quits and just basically get a headstone and lay in their coffin and get ready to die? Well, hopefully not. But there seems to be a lot of questions lately about homesteading over the age of 50. I don't know what it is about the age of 50, but that just seems to be the age where people start deteriorating. I don't know. I haven't deteriorated yet, but it is a valid question. Over the age of 50, is homesteading still a viable option? Should you be looking at it? Even if you're, say, in your 60s, that's really old. Is it possible? Well, Starry's going to talk about it. And here's the first thing that I think we should all think about if you're past the age of 50, which hopefully will get your brain thinking about, is this something I should be looking at as an older adult? Okay, first things first. And I'm just going to throw this out here because I really believe in this, and I don't want to sound like an infomercial. I don't. And I don't want to sound like one of those positive speakers, you know, the power of positive thinking. But there is something to be said for attitude. And I see this even in my career as a nurse. This is no lie. I can walk into a room and I can pretty much tell you who is going to recover and who's probably not going to do so well. And it really does come down to a person's attitude and that inner drive. And, you know, it does. You know, friends, it really does start with your own attitude, if you believe it. I know this sounds like a commercial, but if you believe it, you can achieve it. We become our own stumbling blocks. We become our own worst enemies. And why? So there is something to be said for the power of positive thinking. You know, this is what keeps me young, and Mr. Hilder young. When I bike or run or ski or whatever my athletic thing is for the day, I will be, say, out on the ski trail, and there will be someone ahead of me. I'm racing them in my mind. I really am. I will try to catch up to them. And my goal is to pass them because I want to challenge myself. In my mind, I'm still 30. And physically, I push myself like I'm 30. And Mr. Hilder does the same thing. That really keeps us young. But it also keeps our thinking and our attitude on the right track. It is that no failure, don't give up type of attitude. And really, that's what you have to have if you are over 50 and you're looking at this lifestyle, because the success starts with attitude all the way, friends. So that would be my first thing that we really need to consider and think about. Number 2, set things up for your senior years. Very easy to do. Everything in this homestead is set up so that it is easily accessible. Garden's right out my door. Chickens are right out my door. The wood is right out my door. Where we park our cars is right out the door. The water source is right out the door. And we set it up so that when we are old and frail and one of our feet is in the grave, we can still get around on our homestead without having to fear injury, breaking our neck, or having to do a lot of extra stuff like shoveling out. You know, we had that epic storm, but we were still able to get to the chickens. We were able to get to our cars, and we had backup plans. You know, the epic storm was 1 in a million, but could we do it while we were 80? We could. So that is something that can ensure a successful homestead when you are over the age of 50 and you're going into your senior years. And lastly, preparation. And I ain't just talking about preparation with a well-stocked pantry. No, 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 no. As we know, this whole homestead kind of came to a halt when I had my accident. And you didn't have to be over 50 to qualify for an accident like mine. It changed everything in a blink of an eye. And that is just something that we all need to be acutely aware of, but especially over the age of 50, because our risk goes up for health problems, hypertension, diabetes, stroke, broken bones, and hips and knee replacement. It's just a fact of being over 50. But should that limit our dream of becoming homesteaders and becoming successful homesteaders after the age of 50? Absolutely not. You seen the stocked pantry. You got to be prepared. That pantry saved Mr. Hilder many times. And here's another good point. Over 50, don't be looking at a homestead that is in the middle of nowhere. No, you're getting older. You might need medical care. You might need to call the ambulance. And you better make sure that they can come up to your house. So think about that. And the other thing, and my accident proves this point so well, the sense of community. We had so many friends and neighbors and people rallying around me to help. They came over and they cleaned the house. They came over and made me kefir. Mr. Hilder got a couple free meals out of it. The sense of a neighborly help and community is very important after especially the age of 50. Because there may come a time when your health will fail or you have an accident and you need people to help you. Very, very important. So don't forget that when making your plan to start your own homestead after the age of 50. All of these things, friends, will ensure your success. And what I am saying is absolutely, if you're over the age of 50, you can do it. There is no problem with starting a homestead. There's no problem with going off the grid. It's just a matter of being smart about it. Age is not a determinant. It's not a defining factor with this type of lifestyle, and neither is sex. Remember that. Women who are interested in this lifestyle, set up your homestead like we have. If Mr. Hilder, if something happens to him, I can function here without him. I've got all my ducks in a row. And that is a life insurance policy that ensures success. So, I get all excited because this is so doable for everybody on whatever scale you wanna do it. But just know, homesteading, over 50, male or female, single or married, you can do it. You got the Starry go ahead. And I'm not doing this disclaimer on this video either. I really feel strongly about this. So if you want to leave a comment and you disagree, but I'm gonna what's the saying? I will agree to disagree then, because this lifestyle rocks and it is doable. And always remember, the key to your success with all of this is always Jesus Christ. Bye.